morning guys, and welcome to another van vlog. And today I've got a story about talent. If I'm honest, lots and lots of talent. Unfortunately not my talent, and but it's a good story. And I've done a vlog about this kind of situation, but this happened to me, and so I thought I'd tell you and see if you're interested. Also, before I start the story, let me know if you're enjoying these van vlogs and the bits and pieces that I'm coming up with. Like, a lot of it is to do with the past stuff. My racing is because I've done quite a bit, and I've had a lot of funny incidents happen to me. So I hope you're enjoying it, and hopefully let me know in the comments if you are, and I'll keep going and telling you more, and hopefully I'll keep it as varied as I can. So anyway, so this situation, it was a motocross situation, and we're at a practice track, a place called Coomartin, locally to me. And I tried to practice 2 or 3 times a week to keep my bike fitness, and you can train as much as you like in a gym, that does nothing. Bike fitness is everything. You've got to be on your bike as much as possible to just keep the feel and the fitness, and it trains very specific muscles. Riding does. A lot of people that don't go near a gym, they just ride and ride and ride and ride and ride, and that is, to be honest, the way to go. For me, everyone has their own preferences. So anyway, so this situation, I've been up the track with a good friend of mine. We've been up for probably a good hour or 2, so I'm nicely warmed up, I'm nicely in a groove, we're just banging out the laps. It's a really, really good day. It's a beautiful sunny day, not too hot, so you're not cooking, the bike's running lovely. And anyway, I can ride. I'm not amazing, but I'm not bad. I can hold my own. And a very, very good friend of mine, I won't say his name because obviously I haven't asked his permission to, so I don't want to do that, but he is a top level racer, and he was sponsored and by some very big names, and we rode with him a lot. Very humble guy, wasn't full of himself, lovely to ride with, gave us loads of pointers, and the irony is he'd give us pointers and I'm like, yeah, I just can't do that. And to give you an idea then, before I actually tell you the main reason for this story, I'll just explain or show you, I have to explain because I can't show you the skill level difference. So at this track, there's a little straight, and then a big long fast right hander, but right bang in the middle of this right hander is what they call hip jump. So obviously guys that race will know what a hip jump is, but for you that don't, this hip jump is in the middle of the corner. There's a table, basically like a tabletop, but it's a shaped tabletop, so you go over the jump and you basically stay leant over to land hip side and then carry on. And after that, it's like a little bit left of the corner, and then another straight, and then a really kind of tight berm, and away you go, carry on around the track. So obviously what I would do, or what I was doing, not would, I'd rip up around this corner, back off, I'd literally roll. I was carrying that much speed, I'd roll, clear the hip jump, land, accelerate again, down to this next berm, bounce off the berm, accelerate, carry on. There you go, simple. Now I stood there and watched, and I watched for probably half an hour, because he just blew my mind watching my friend race. Well, not race, practice, sorry. And he was coming around that corner so fast, he was hitting the hip jump, clearing the straight, landing in the berm. So just on that one corner alone, he was probably pulling 3 or 4 seconds in a single corner on me, but it wasn't a one-off deal. Lap after lap after lap after lap, bang, land, go, bang, land, go, just rip up, come off, like off center of this corner, jump from this hip jump, don't even bother finishing the corner, clear this straight, which, don't get me wrong, this little straight maybe 20 feet, 30 feet, but he'd clear it completely and not land in front of the berm, you know, and ride into the berm, land on it, literally land. He'd land sideways, just ping out of this berm, just bing, and out he'd go. Just, oh, it was wonderful to watch. Such talent and effortless. He just made it. It's not like he did it beautifully once and then, oh, it was a bit sketchy that one. Oh, and he just made it that one. Lap after lap after lap, relentless. Jump, land, ride. Jump, land, ride. Beautiful. Absolutely poetry in motion. And, you know, I could never dream. You could offer me £1 million. I wouldn't do that. You know, I literally couldn't do it. You know, as much as I would love to say I could do it, it doesn't matter what you offered me, I couldn't do that. I have not got that skill level. That guy has got skill pouring out of his body. Hence, he has very large sponsors, or back then had very large sponsors, went all over the world, racing the best in the world. You know, he was an incredibly talented guy, but humble. Great guy, chatted to us, you know, and what was so good about him, and I'm not here to big him up, but I just think people with that kind of talent need to be appreciated and need to, you know, guys like me, I love watching anyone talented. You know, whether you can play the piano or guitar or whatever it is, anyone with that amount of skill at what they do, I'm in awe of. I think it's amazing and good on you. And I think people like that have a God-given talent, and I don't care what it is, if you're that good at something, you make it look that effortless. Yeah, well done. It's brilliant, and I love it. So anyway, back to the actual reason for this. So anyway, as I was saying, I've been there quite a while. I'm warmed up. I'm getting in some good laps. I feel great. I truly feel good. It's like a, you know, we all have good and bad days. I was having a great day. I was just flying. The track was working well. It was, you know, it wasn't wrecked. The bike was running well. I felt fit. I wasn't weak. So I'm ripping around, and this friend turns up with his van, drags his bike out, you know, just meandering around. I see him out, I bang a few laps out, and then I get out, go over, have a chat with him, you know, and we just ask him how he's been getting on and where he's been racing recently. So anyway, chat over, I jump back on my bike, do my next session. So I drop back onto the track, I get a couple of laps in, I'm back in the groove, feeling good, and I see him just pop onto the track in front of me. And literally, he's just got his motocross boots on, his helmet on, gloves, still in his, you know, shorts and a t-shirt. He's just basically coming on to warm his bike up and get a feel for the track. So he pops on in front of me, and I whiz in behind him. So in my head, I'm like, right, I'm gonna follow him for as long as I can physically follow him. Now, taking in mind here, all he's doing is warming his bike up really and getting a feel for the track. He's not out to ride quick. He's out to just, like I said, have a look around and get his bike warmed up and make sure everything's okay. So as I come round the head, he's just flown in onto the track, and I've just come ripping round behind him, and he stood up the whole time. He stands up for the whole lap. Well, I say lap, a few laps. So he's just like meandering around, like literally like he's riding around a flat field. And I am absolutely maxed out. I'm as physically as fast as I can go, following him, who looks like he's, well, A, he's not trying, but B, he doesn't even look like he even realises I'm behind him. He's, oh, it's, yeah, I can't explain how nonchalant, how casual he looks, cruising around the track, and I'm behind him, and I'm absolutely screaming, and it's just meandering around. He's doing all the jumps I'm doing, like with ease, and not even, you can see he's not even thinking about it, where I'm, yeah, I'm taking risks. Literally, I am genuinely pushing myself so hard that I'm making mistakes now. And then I think it's about 3 laps in, I hear his exhaust note crisping up, and he just buggers off. I mean, literally just buggers off, like he's not even come out of first gear the whole time. And now obviously he has, but he literally, I just hear his bike go crisp and bark, and it's not like he inches away from me. 1 minute he's in front of me. The next minute, he's barely in sight. He's just gone. I'm like, oh, okay, cheers then. You know, and I mean, I think I was probably a third of the way into that lap, and by the time I'd finished that lap, he was behind me again. Literally behind me again. And don't forget, this isn't him flat out. This is him just upping the pace a bit to obviously find his lines. Again, see how the track's feeling. And yeah, I did one more lap, and I was so knackered and so tired from pushing to try and keep up with this guy cruising that I could barely hold on to my bike. And yeah, that's talent that he's got and I didn't have. Yeah, it was amazing to watch, and it just shows the gulf between being okay, you know, at racing and riding, and being at the top level. And it's not a big step, it's a huge monumental gap that I would never ever cross. And like I said, you can offer whatever you like, it just doesn't matter. I have not got, obviously he has that, and not just him, don't get me wrong, all of you top level riders and racers in your field, or people doing whatever you do, have that special something that just us mere mortals don't have. And it's wonderful to watch and mortifying to see, because you know, no matter how hard you try and how much effort you put into your chosen hobby, you will never be that good, never, you know. And people say chase your dreams, and I totally agree, you chase your dreams and you love what you do, but to be at the absolute top flight of your chosen field of expertise and whatever, there just are people that naturally are just better than you and are that good that unless you have something special about you, you cannot bridge that gap. It is, and I know people argue it, and fair play, you argue away, but I've done a lot of racing in multiple fields, and some people just have that speciality, that amazingness, that little spark that us mere mortals haven't got. And you know, that's why they call people the GOATs, the greatest of all times, because they have that special thing that only comes along very, very rarely. And I'm in awe of them, and I love the fact that people have it, and I love watching people that are very good at anything. I don't care what it is, as I've already said, it is amazing. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that, and let me know in the comments, let me know what you think.